Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today I wanted to talk about the recent 100 Thieves and the mob drama. Actually, I shouldn't even say the mob when it's just one guy from there, Froste. This whole thing just blew up on Twitter a couple of days ago with tons of accusations being thrown, and people are trying to compare this to the FaZe and Tfue thing, but I don't really think these two situations are even remotely comparable. But to give you guys some backstory, the mob was basically a group of 4 dudes that came from the Call of Duty community. You might have seen them from Twitter, that's where most of their fans are, and they were somewhat popular on Twitch, averaging a couple hundred viewers, and they were then picked up by 100 Thieves in November of 2019, and obviously this whole thing between 100 Thieves and the mob did not go well, according to Froste at least, and on August 29th, a couple of days ago, Froste posted this series of tweets. Damn, I missed the mob house. Imagine we had enough money to where we didn't have to stress over where our next meal was coming from. Could have done some big things, but I guess we'll never know. Imagine you all put the effort in when you had an org behind you. Imagine we did, but we were so broke that we literally could not afford to do anything that was worth filming. I get that, but why not propose ideas to 100 Thieves and ask for help funding? Focus on streaming consistently. When Mr. Beast started, he was doing shit like counting to 1 million. Content doesn't have to be expensive to be good. LMFAO, you have no idea how much we ask. It got to a point where it was almost pathetic, but go ahead, man. Blame the 20-year-old kids that had no idea what they were doing instead of the $100 million predatory organization, LOL. I remember y'all talking about having to pay rent, and that confused me. They made y'all a part of the org to make content, used you guys in all of their content, refused to fund your guys' content, and then made you guys pay for the privilege of being close enough. $2,500 each in rent a month, while only getting paid $1,650. There were so many days where we had to skip meals because we couldn't afford to buy food unless we begged our parents to send us money. It's truly a wonder why Mako wanted to leave the mob and move back with his family. Well, so I'm gonna get into this, right? But imagine being gifted a once-in-a-lifetime type of opportunity, and you still somehow manage to not only fumble a generational wealth type of opportunity, but you somehow also manage to spin it to make it look like you're the biggest victim in all of this. I never thought that would be possible, to be honest. Like, at what point do you go and take self-accountability for the things you did not do while you were under the 100 Thieves banner? Keep in mind that Nadeshot never had to do any of this, bro. He took you in while you were a 300 viewer Andy. If I'm being generous, a 400 viewer Andy. And he gave you a shot at making it big in the streaming industry. And you did not take full advantage of that. And now that you feel slighted, you go back and bite the hand that fed you. Do you know how many people who would have killed for an opportunity like that? Hell, if I ever got the opportunity to join 100 Thieves or any of these other top esports organizations like FaZe, you bet that I would have made the most of that opportunity and nothing would have stopped me from that either. Not some stupid internet connection excuse, not some, oh, I was worried about my next meal. This guy is trying to make it seem as if he's out there on the street lining up in front of the soup kitchen just begging for a meal. Bro, in this picture, it literally looks like you ordered out every other day of the week. You got like what, 1, 2, 3, 4 McDonald's takeout bags. You got a pizza box, I think, in there. You got 2 Chipotle bags, and you got a Chick-fil-A bag and a 7-Eleven bag. Not to mention the plethora of drinks you have on your desk too. Obviously, if you're spending $20, $25 on every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you'd be burning through your money. Groceries are not that expensive, my brother. Just head to Costco or Walmart and pick up some ground beef, some rice, and some vegetables. Just learn to cook. Watch some YouTube tutorials. I promise you, it's not as hard as it seems. I don't know, but as an outsider who wasn't really following the mob or 100 Thieves, this whole thing from Frosty just makes it seem like he's self-entitled and just expected everything to be handed to him after he signed with 100 Thieves. Like, oh, I'm signed with 100 Thieves. Now it's just going to be smooth sailing from here. I'm going to get paid 6 to 7 figures a year, and I don't need to put in any of the work at all. And if you even look at the Twitch stats of all the guys who were in the mob, they didn't put in as much of the work as they needed to. If you just look at Frosty's Twitch stats right after he got signed with 100 Thieves, it looks really bad. So the mob got signed on June 14th, 2019. If you just look at that month, he streamed just 15.8 hours. However, if you look at the month after they signed, August 2019, yeah, he got a huge boost in average viewers, almost a 10x actually. He only streamed 1.6 hours. Like, bro, you're fresh off the press here. You got so much momentum. Why wouldn't you make use of that and just stream like 7 days of the week? However, to be fair, he did start streaming more after January 2020, but that's like a couple months after. And that's when he streamed more than 40 hours a month consistently around. Yeah, consistently. And he also streamed more in April and March. He streamed a lot. But overall, this is still really little when you compare it to everyone else who was a big streamer. Like XQC, for example, he streams upwards to 300 hours a month. And to put into perspective, like the average work week is 40 hours a week, which translates to 160 hours a month. And you're telling me that this bozo couldn't even stream 160 hours a month. He's not being asked to build a rocket ship here. He's being asked to literally just sit in front of the computer and play video games and be entertaining, which is honestly a very easy job when you compare it to something like a fast food worker. And you're telling me that he couldn't even do that? And when they got dropped from 100 Thieves after May 29th, 2021, he streams for 377 hours in July and 519 in August? That's like a little too late there, buddy. Why couldn't you do this while you were with 100 Thieves? And let's even check the Mob YouTube channel. They only have 33 uploads in a whole year of being in 100 Thieves. That averages to just 2.75 videos a month. You're telling me while living in LA, where a bunch of other content creators are living, you couldn't find anyone else to collaborate with or even think of any ideas to make content? The content doesn't even have to be groundbreaking. You could just do react videos, which is the most cookie cutter stuff a streamer can do, or just do like daily vlogs. Like, come on, bro. Froste also says that they had to find a $10,000 a month house in LA, and there's even a clip of Froste trying to find a house himself, and there were like multiple houses that cost less than $10,000.
Okay? And they decided that they wanted to live.
Zillow listings. All of LA. 4 bedrooms. Like, the options in question, bro. 2,000 square feet. Like, 8K. This is an apartment. These are apartments for $6,000 almost.
Keep in mind that this is 2022, where inflation is rampant. So I'm going to give the houses at least a $500 buffer because they got signed during the whole pandemic lockdown stuff. And he also tries to add in that he had to stay within 10 to 15 minutes of the house, of Nadeshot's house actually. But I'm honestly pretty sure that even if they stayed 30 minutes away, Nadeshot would have been okay with that. Okay, so I'm on Zillow right now, and this house is where Froste was looking at. I don't even know why he didn't try sorting by houses on stream instead of apartments on stream, but regardless, this is a massive house here. Sure, it's only 3 bedrooms, but there's just one big bedroom right here where you could fit in 2 beds here. This is a master bedroom, and you could just have setups next to each other in the living room right here, kind of like how they do it in an esports bootcamp. Like, sure, your living condition is going to be really tight, but you have to be able to adapt and cut corners where it's necessary if you're just breaking onto the scene. And I don't know if this was ever specified, but they could have also just gotten one apartment in the same building and just did that. You would have your own internet, your own bed, your own everything, and then when it came time to make content together, you could all just band up in the same apartment or just head to the 100 Thieves complex if necessary. Like, there are so many ways around this, and it just seems like Froste didn't want to take accountability or do anything himself. But anyways, that wraps up for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, and also let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I personally think that this whole thing is just a open and shut type case. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Peace.